Hello friends, I hope you all are doing well. This video is the 7th lecture of my 14 days Beginners to Advanced Level Pivottable course. If you have missed the previous lectures, the link of playlist is available in the description section of this video. You can navigate through it and watch the video of your choice. In my last lecture, I demonstrated that how you can use Power Pivot to consolidate data existing in different sheets of your Excel workbook. In today's video, I am going to share with you that how you can generate a pivot table using data existing in different Excel workbooks by using Power Query and Power Pivot. Power Pivot is basically your Excel built-in feature and you just have to enable it in order to use that. But Power Query is an Excel add-in and you have to install it before using it to accomplish your Excel task. It is absolutely free and you can easily download it from Microsoft official website. Here you can see I am in the Microsoft website. Here you have to go to download options, click on that. In the new window you will find different options of Power Query differing in size based on operating systems. You can download any version of the Power Query and once you download it you have to go to the Excel workbook, then go to File and then go to Options. In the dialog box, you will see the option of add-ins. Click on that and at the end of the dialog box, you will find the Manage section. Click on that. Select COM add-ins from the menu. Click Go and here you can see there already exists an option of Microsoft Office Power Pivot. For enabling Power Pivot, you simply have to check the box and to add the Power Query in this add-in section, you have to click on Add and then go to the folder where your Power Query add-in will be existing. Click on that and select OK from here and then close this dialog box. As soon as you close the box, you will start seeing Power Query option here. Check on the box and press OK. Here you can see that as soon as you check the box, you will start seeing Power Query and Power Pivot in the main menu of the Excel. Now let's see what type of data we wish to consolidate today in our pivot table. So I have a folder with name field data in which three files are sitting. These files contain the information of sales for the past 3 years. Let me open these files for you so that we can see what is existing inside these files. So here you can see I have the information about date, countries, products, salesperson and sales in my file 2022. I have similar information in my file named as 2021 except that the dates are different and I have the similar information in my file titled as 2020. So you can see there is basically no any difference in the headers of these files except the date values and sales values are different. So whenever there arises a situation to consolidate files that contain similar information, then we prefer to use Power Query. So we are going to consolidate all these three files using a Power Query and then we want to add some extra information in our pivot table and that information is about the location of salesperson. You can see I have no information about the locations of salesperson in any of these three files. Okay, so in order to add this information, I have a separate Excel workbook in which I have information about the location of their offices. I also want to use this information in my pivot table. In order to incorporate it in my main pivot table, I will use the Power Pivot for that purpose. So let's begin with the use of Power Query to consolidate our 3 years data. Here I am going in the empty workbook and let's name it as survey data. File save as computer desktop and I am going to save it as survey data for project Texas. Hit on save. Then I am going in Power Query and here you will find the option of from file. Click on that, go to from folder option and here we have to enter the path of our folder where our three files are sitting. Click on browse. From here I am going to give the reference of my main folder. Click on that, press OK, and then again press OK. So here you can see all three files are appearing in the navigator section. You can go with the combine option from here. You can simply click on combine and then click combine and edit. Combine and load and combine and load too. But I don't want to load it because I feel like I have to edit some sections. So instead of going with combine and load, I am going with combine and edit option. Click on that and here you will find the Power Query Navigator section. Click on sheet 1 because in all three files my data is existing in sheet 1, so I am going with sheet 1. Click on that and then press OK. Here you will see the Power Query dashboard. This section has multiple options and we can transform our data in whatever way we want. If you want to learn more about the Power Query, I have added the link of my another video in which I have explained in detail that how you can use different options to transform and format your data. For now, I am going to use simple task to clean my data. So in order to remove the file names, because I actually don't need them, so I want to remove them, click on the column, go to home and click on remove column options and here select remove columns. We can change the type of our data. You can see these small icons with the names of columns. If you click on that, it will allow you to change the format of your information. Sales is a currency value, so I am going to change it to currency instead of number. Salesperson is a text value, so I want to see it in text format. Here you can see ABC reflects text, so the type of this column is actually right. I also want to see products in text format, so they are already in text, as I can see ABC icon with my product's header name, and similarly I have countries in text and dates in date format. Let's scroll down to see if there are existing any other issues. So here you can see some null between 2020 and 2021. So let's remove them. Click on arrow and select remove entity. And now our data is ready to load into the Excel worksheet. So in the home tab, click on close and load and I am going to load it to Excel sheet. So here you can see my data has been appeared in the Excel worksheet in sheet 2. So let's create a pivot table from that. In order to do so, place your cursor on any text field column, press Ctrl A and then in the Power Pivot options, click on Add to Data Model. Okay, and you will see that all your consolidated information of three sheets will start appearing in the Power Pivot dashboard. And this table is appearing with the name field data. Now we have to import our other information of offices that was existing in another workbook. So for that purpose, you have to go to the option of from other sources in the Power Pivot dashboard home tab. Click on that and as we know that our information was existing in Excel, so we are going to use the option of Excel file. Click on that, click next. Now let's browse our folder. Here in the desktop section, office information is existing. Now click on use first row as column headers. Press next and let's check it how it is appearing. We can check it by clicking on preview and filter option and here we are seeing table that was existing in other workbook. That is good to go. Press OK and press finish from here and press close and here you can see our table is appearing here. Double click on the sheet to rename it. Let's rename it as office underscore info. Okay, now we want to create a pivot table containing the information of sales in 3 years and it also should contain information about the location of the field engineers. So in order to do that, we first need to create the relationship between these two tables. For that purpose, go to diagram view in the home tab of Power Pivot. Click on that and here you will see that headers of your two tables are appearing in this section. You can align the sections as per your convenience, and here we have to find the matching fields. So I have salesperson in my field data and I have salesperson in my office information. So I am going to connect the small information with the large information. Okay, I have explained it very clearly in my previous lecture. You can watch the lecture to get more understanding about this connection format. So for now, I am going to combine salesperson of office info with the salesperson of field data. You simply have to draw a line from salesperson of office info to salesperson of field data. If you double click on it, a dialog box will appear, and here you can see that both my tables are related with the similar column, that is salesperson. Press OK. Now let's see how our pivot table is working. But first we need to generate it. Click on the pivot table option here, and we want it in the new worksheet. Press OK. And here we are with our pivot table. Now let's add some fields from both tables. I want to use sales in the value section, and I want to include countries in the raw section, and then I want to include salesperson from office into in the column section. And here you can see that sales in different countries and different salespersons have been appearing in the pivot table section. We can off the grand total sections by going to design option. Here we can change the layout of the report, and we can also off the grand totals. So I don't want to see the grand totals for rows, so I am going with the option on for columns only. And I also want to change the layout of report, so I am going with the option show in tabular form. For now, we have information about the countries and we have information about the field engineers. So, but I also want to add some other information. Let's suppose we have some other information regarding the type of products in the same sheet in which we are making a pivot table, and let's suppose that information is existing in sheet 1. So let's design it. Let's suppose these are my products, and we can use the type, give them some classification. Now I also want to add this information into my pivot table. So what we have to do, select your information, then go to power pivot option, click on add to data model, click on that and check my table has headers. Press OK, and then here you can see that the information of your other table has started appearing in the diagram view. Now let's join product of table 2 with the products of field data because they are similar in nature. So I am going to join product of smaller table with the products of my biggest data, and this link has been established. Now let's test this link in our pivot table. Minimize that, go to sheet 3 where our pivot table is existing, and here you can see that table 2 has also started appearing in the pivot table fields. Okay, so let's bring in the type with countries in the raw section, and here you can see the type of products appearing here. In order to remove the totals that are appearing in between the lines, go to design, go to subtotals and select do not show subtotals. If you want to remove these expansion buttons, go to Analyze tab and click on plus minus buttons, and all these silver buttons appearing here will be removed. We can also change appearance of our pivot table by using different options in Design tab. Let's go to Design and select any option that looks appropriate to you. Let's select this option. Okay, you can change the color or you can do the formatting of information as you want. So in this lecture we have seen that how you can combine different data from Excel workbooks. If you are dealing with the information that is existing in different workbooks but is similar in nature, then the best option is to use Power Query. But if you are dealing with the information that is existing in different workbooks but is not similar in nature, then you can use Power Pivot. Okay, because Power Pivot allows you to create connections between dissimilar tables, and Power Query allows you to make connections or to consolidate similar information in the form of one big data. So I hope you liked today's video. If you are new to my channel, then do subscribe to it so that you can benefit from upcoming videos. This is all for today. Thank you for your time. Stay blessed. Have a good day.